Welcome back to Catch Up Sessions. My name is Mark Laguna, and we are back right here in my makeshift confession booth in a little corner of my house to continue with Confessions of a Serial Hobbyist. Yes, so last week I talked about how I got myself into becoming a club DJ, even if only for a couple of gigs. But this time around, we are shifting gears and telling you a little bit something about this. Yes, for those who can't see, I'm showing them a tennis ball, a yellow tennis ball, because I would like to start with a fun fact. Did you know that these babies used to be colored white? It's just that during the games, when they shifted from black and white to colored TV, it was difficult to see, apparently. Probably one of those Wimbledon events. So they changed it for the viewers and they made it lime yellow, acid yellow, just basically yellow. Yeah, that's a quick fun fact for you. We are talking about how I got myself into this sport slash hobby called tennis, and a few of the lessons, believe it or not, that I learned coming out of it. Well, let's get started with why, in the first place, did I manage to stumble upon tennis. People know I am not the sportiest. As a kid, I have two sisters and a mom who are big volleyball players. I have one heck of a basketball playing brother and father, and I watch in the sidelines. Sometimes I don't even watch. Not the sportiest, as I have mentioned, but in the beginning of 2023, I decided to start my weekends with, I guess, something physical. So when it got boring, I mean, going to the gym, which is base, I then hopped on to many other physical activities, and let me name a few. So it was the time I started to go spinning. Yeah, your electric studios and ride revolutions. I also tried boxing for a time and flyweight boxing too. So the only main difference is one is with a coach one on one, the other is a group class, also with a coach but with fun music. There's that. Yoga lattes, I think at some point in my hopping around, thanks to ClassPass, obviously not sponsored, that allows you to, do many of these options, but also more importantly, thank you to friends for inviting me. That's how I got myself into running a marathon many moons ago. It's care of a friend who just dragged my ass off of bed every weekend until we got basically finished in that year. So goes the story of how I got into tennis in particular. It actually started with a friend who started learning, and it was a simple Facebook search for a coach who teaches. And we found Coach JR. I got myself in that session. Of course, I knew nothing, couldn't even catch a ball. But after that, it just snowballed quite literally into a weekly thing. Now, what I like, and probably what people don't like about tennis, is the high barrier to entry. What do I mean by that? You can invite your friends to go running, and in a heartbeat, you can go at it. Or maybe another racket sport like badminton. It's not the easiest, but also not the most difficult. Whereas if you invite someone who's a newbie to tennis, it will be a big good luck if you can even rally or exchange balls in the court, just because it is so difficult to go at it the first time. Which brings me to my lessons in pursuing this type of activity. First of all, as with most things in life, if you can try your hardest not to give up right away. You see, most of these things, especially the ones that pay off pretty big, takes time, takes a lot of hard work, and it will not be easy in the beginning. The same is so true with tennis. The first couple of times, I could not hit that freaking ball. Many months into it, I still couldn't. Just I just show up each and every time, and you will eventually get the hang of it. Like with all of these things, it takes practice. It's just that with this one, it takes more than the other racket sports, pickleball, that makes it, in a way, exclusive. So if you're into that, a little bit of exclusivity, because you also don't have a lot of tennis courts, I would have to say it's also a little expensive to maintain. So, which leads me to my second lesson in going at it. Find your crew, find your people, your tennis peeps. Now, I am not the best at this. I don't have a tennis group, but in the workplace, we did manage to have a little Wednesday tennis escapade. Someone who invited us to his village courts for free. We share one coach who teaches us basics and drills, which makes it one, not expensive, two, consistent, and three, you get to know and you get to hang out with a few other folks who are interested in the same thing. And another lesson, maybe my last, because this is kind of me overextending the lesson. One of the rules that my Coach JR, shout out to you, is when you are hitting the ball or when you're doing that power forehand, you should always step forward, never back. Now, I don't do it all the time. Again, something I have to learn in tennis, and as cheesy as it sounds, in life too. When you are positioned to hit the ball, or positioned basically in life to go for the next step, do not shy away. Always take a step forward, never back. But if you do, also be gracious to yourself, because you can have another round to keep at it. Just a little sidetrack. I'm not talking about just tennis, but it's good to remember if you have these tennis slash life lessons that you can intermingle. I hope I can catch some of you guys who are tuned in the courts. We play at Meralco Avenue, sometimes in Valier, and we're trying to look for a court in BGC just to make it easy. And if you do say hi, invite me to a freaking tournament just so I can put myself to the test, because that's another thing I haven't quite gotten myself into just yet, but that is soon to come, hopefully. That is all I have for you in this little confession of a serial hobbyist. I will give you more. All you have to do is to watch out for it. Right here on Catch Up Sessions, my name is Mark Laguna. Take it easy.